Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy, Brother Human HD here today. Bungie just laid off most of the Destiny team, gutting its entire cinematic department, and even cutting senior leads off of Marathon. And this is the clearest sight yet that Sony's $3.6 billion bet is officially circling down the drain. Because here's the thing, right? This isn't random cost cutting. This is the same studio that already cost PlayStation $765 million after Marathon flopped. And now, Bungie itself straight up admitting that Destiny 2 fell short. The studio head stepped down, and it just kind of shows exactly where this whole acquisition was always heading. And look, before we get into it, I genuinely want to know where y'all stand on this. Drop it down in the comments. Should Sony just cut their losses and sell Bungie back, or is this studio already too far gone to save? Because I can go back and forth on this all day, and I want to hear what you think. Alright, let's get into it. So here's what went down. Sony confirmed, and I officially mean confirmed, significant layoffs at Bungie. Were talking most of the Destiny team, part of the Marathon team, and the entire engineer cinematic crew gone. And those weren't all junior people either, right? We're talking senior Marathon roles, general managers, engineers, directors, producers, creative leads, the people who are supposed to be steering the ship. And Bungie put out this statement basically admitting Destiny 2 fell short of expectations, which I mean, no kidding. But it's wild to hear them say it out loud, you know? Because for years, this was the studio that could do no wrong. Halo, Destiny, these were the system sellers, and now they're cutting the very people who make their games actually feel like games. And it just kind of shows how fast things have unraveled. Now let's rewind it back because this did not happen overnight. Sony bought Bungie back in the year 2022 for $3.6 billion. $3.6 billion. The whole pitch was that Bungie were the live service masters. They teach the rest of PlayStation how to build these massive, always online money machines. And then what happened? Marathon, the big bet, the game that was supposed to justify the entire price tag. It underperformed so bad that the contribution to PlayStation eating roughly a $765 million impairment loss. That's not a typo. That's the sign of a failed acquisition, plain and simple. And the fact that it's been, what, almost 4 years since this deal, and we're now in the layoff stage, the studio head stepping down stage, it just pretty much shows that the writing was on the wall for a very long time, guys. Real quick, if you're enjoying the breakdown, drop a like. It genuinely helps the channel a ton. And let me know in the comments, do you think Marathon can actually be saved, or is it already cooked? Alright, back to it. Now let's talk money, because this is where it stops being an opinion and starts being fact. Back in May, Sony reported a $765 million impairment loss tied to Bungie. $765 million. That to them basically admitting on paper that the acquisition itself wasn't worth what they paid. And here's the part that makes the whole thing even worse. That number isn't just Marathon flopping, it's the combination of Destiny 2's decline and Marathon bombing at the same time. They killed their golden goose and their replacement at the same time that nobody wanted. And now Sony is holding a $765 million hole in Marathon itself. Analysts estimated it to be around 1.2 million copies sold for a game that was supposed to be the entire future of the studio. That is a disaster. Gross revenue is estimated somewhere around 55 million and reports pegged development costs north of 250 million. Do the math on that one, right? And it just wasn't Bungie's people who paid the price. Sony confirmed some of their own staff supporting Bungie got cut also. So, the fact that it's been about 4 years, give or take, since Sony bought them for 3.6 billion, and this is where we ended up. A dead Destiny, a flopping Marathon, and a combined of $765 million written down. This is a failed acquisition. Full stop. And for what? So they can please their shareholders? It's corporate America. What did we expect? Here's why this should matter to you, even if you never touched either game. This is the live service trap, and the whole industry keeps falling into it. Everybody wants that Fortnite money, so they abandon the games that actually work, chase the trends, and crash and burn. We saw this with Concord, and now we're watching it happen to one of the most respected studios within the industry. And it just kind of shows that no studio is safe, not even Bungie, the same people who made Halo, the same people who basically invented modern looter shooters. If they can fumble it this bad, then anybody can. So, was killing Destiny to prop up Marathon a mistake? In my eyes, it's one of the biggest unforced errors I've ever seen a studio make. They had the audience, they had the trust, they had the franchise people actually loved, and they let the team behind it walk out the door to gamble on a niche extraction shooter the market clearly did not want. Bungie was playing with fire. They should have stuck with what they knew best. Now the Destiny team is gutted, the franchise is on ice, and Marathon's free trial weekend came and went, and nothing changed. This is not a pivot, that's a collapse. But it's been your boy, Brother Gaming HD, and if you are new to the channel, please don't forget to subscribe, like, hit them bell notifications, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out, and goodbye, everybody.